Well guys, this show review is going to play a little bit differently, meaning that I'm not going to focus on just one episode of the show in particular, like I normally do. Instead, I'm talking about both seasons as a whole, as of now. Also, I'm willingly leaving certain things out, and sometimes even full-on changing certain details, as these can get very spoilery. But trust me, the ones I change, they're not entirely important. Anyways, Skylanders Academy. Skylanders is actually a really cool video game concept where you take these little figures and place them on a large platform. Then they appear in a game where you control them. The games, at least the first one, it's the only one I've played, it was very simple and easy to grasp. Now, you may have noticed that Spyro is part of the cast's characters. Why, you may ask? Well, because the game originally focused on Spyro. You see, the game company Toys for Bob had to pick a franchise from the company Vivendi to revive, and as such, Spyro was the one. Though he wasn't the only character they brought back, as Cinder from the Legend of Spyro trilogy was also brought back, with Crash Bandicoot and Dr. Cortex being brought in for the latest installment in honor of their then upcoming re-release. I will go into Cinder in a little bit. It's 5 years and 5 annual games later, and we end up at Skylanders Academy, a Netflix original series made by Activision and Blizzard Studios with some help from the company Team 2, which outside from Skylanders Academy, I know nothing about their work. This series is a spin-off that doesn't take place inside the storyline of the games. As a matter of fact, 99% of the voice actors are replaced from the games. A large chunk of this review is going to be me talking about the characters, as the stories are very character-driven for the most of the episodes. Also, quite a few actors in this series legitimately surprised me, but before I get into that, I need to address this theme song. Technically, it's decent. It's made by the well-known group Timbaland, and it's catchy as hell, but lyrically, it's not great. All it says is that, we're all friends, let's work together. So first off is Spyro, since this is essentially the Spyro and Friends show. He is a large braggart who tends to run his mouth off at the worst possible moment, but does learn from his mistakes. And I'm not kidding about that braggart bit. Me and a couple of friends sat down and watched the first episode. They bust a gut when Spyro took a selfie of his rump. Like, seriously, what the hell? Anyway, he is also the last dragon of his kind, which makes him want to learn what happened to the rest of his kin. He is voiced by a not high-pitched Justin Long. Movie buffs who are currently watching this review, I know, I feel your cringe as you remember that he is also the voice of Alvin. But I swear, Spyro is a far, far better character. Alvin, on the other hand, no. Then there's Stealth Elf, voiced by Ashley Tisdale of High School Musical fame. And I'll say it right now, she's the best character in this series. With her whip as sharp as her twin blades, she knows how to get things done. As a matter of fact, my favorite episode, Space Invaders, has her literally trapped in the head of one of the show's main antagonists. As far as her backstory, she's also an orphan, but one who was adopted into a clan of ninjas. Don't need much more than that to make her my favorite character. Eruptor, well, let's start with the surprises, shall we? He's voiced by Jonathan Banks, as in the guy who plays Breaking Bad's Mike Ehrmantraut, the grizzled detective. Or more what I remember him for, Commissioner Gordon in Batman Arkham Knight. I'd say he seems out of place here, but yeah, when you see what else comes up later down the line, he doesn't even come close. As far as Eruptor's character goes, Eruptor is, as you can guess, the sort of dumb, easy to anger type of character. He's not that interesting a character to me. I just kinda wade through the episodes that focus solely on him. In the second episode that focuses squarely on him, for example, perhaps as an homage to the aforementioned Breaking Bad and Batman Arkham characters, Eruptor is revealed to have a time-altering detective power, more specifically like the detective mode in the Batman Arkham games. But let's quickly round out the rest of the heroes. They don't focus as much on these guys as they do on Spyro, Stealth Elf, and Eruptor. There's Pop Fizz, a fast-talking potions master voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait, Pain from Disney's Hercules. Jetvac, who acts wise, but I swear he's not as wise as he thinks he is. And Hugo, who is an aide to Master Eon, the headmaster of the Academy and overall leader of the Skylanders. Now, for the villains. Richard Horvitz is one of the only voice actors from the game series that returns as a character. Chaos. Chaos as a villain is an idiot. But he's not an incompetent villain like Dark Truder. He knows what he's doing. Most of the time. Yeah, one time he and his troll butler Glumshanks just teleports right into said academy. Even Spyro asks,
"Not that I'm complaining, but what was the plan here, guys?"
Oh, believe me, there wasn't one.
But he still is able to hold his own, even when it comes to the Doom Raiders. These guys are based off of their counterparts in Skylanders Chap Team, by the way. First off, Broccoli Guy. He's the obnoxious comic relief for the group. Save for one episode, he's annoying. Moving on. Chef Pepperjack is an evil pepper voiced by Jake the dog, and attacks by the use of food-like weapons. Burrito bombs, anyone? And Chopping Mage is a crazed wizard that thinks that his hand puppet is real. Now the last two are the last two casting choices that made me have to pick my jaw up off the floor. First off is the Golden Queen, the leader of the Doom Raiders. She's voiced by top-notch actress Susan Sarandon. I didn't even recognize her voice, and I'm typically pretty good with that sort of thing. She's sort of friends with Chaos's mother, who's voiced by Catherine O'Hara and isn't exactly evil, don't ask, and has the ability to turn people into gold, essentially a gender-swapped King Midas. The last casting choice had me double-checking my sources. Wolfgang, a werewolf with a hypnotic bone harp, who also has a history with Pop Fizz, is voiced by James Hetfield. Like I said, when I saw that name in the credits, I had to go back and look at my sources. Look at the credits, look at the sources. Look at the credits, then ask, what the hell is the lead singer of Metallica doing in the kids show? I know they sold out massively, and I really do like the show, but come on, it's the Master of Puppets. I mean, I guess it makes sense the character is a rocker, but yeah, that's awesome. Confusing, but awesome. The last character I really want to talk about is the one that sadly infuriates me the most, but not for reasons that you would think. It's the returning Cinder. Now, she's in the very new Season 2. I will try to keep her details as non-spoilery as I possibly can, but I love how she makes one wonder if good is really good and if bad is really bad. But there's a multiple episode gap from the point where she's introduced to her second appearance, and even after that she is horrifically underutilized. Where the hell did she go in that time frame? She couldn't go home because spoilers, so what else did she do? I wouldn't have a problem with this except one of the episodes she doesn't exist in has Spyro trying to hang out with a friend, any friend, for a holiday, and Cinder is literally nowhere to be seen. Granted, we do have more time with the awesome Stealth Elf, but I also want more time with Cinder, as she is also one of my favorite characters in this series. I like her character. I don't like the way they used her. One of the last things to really note about Skylanders Academy is that the stories have a continuity. We don't have but a few shows that dare to have a continuity, and it's really refreshing. If you want to know why we don't have shows that have a continuity, Pan Pizza did a really awesome video explaining exactly why. Go check it out. And finally, the animation. While I know they didn't do a lot in the animation, Blizzard is attached for a reason. This is high quality stuff in my eyes. Not as high as one specific movie I need to review in the future, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Not gonna lie, I really like this show. I actually can't wait to see what they do for a third season. go watch Skylanders Academy. I give the show an 8 out of 10. Now, if you don't mind, I got a few more figures to track down. Hey, a collector's collection will never stop growing. Catch you later.